Hello, everybody. My name is Pam.
My name is John.
We're part of, or we're together. We are what we're not done yet. I guess not done yet is our actual name.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Yes, and you can see the beautiful sunset reflected in my glasses. I think.
Yeah.
There we go. And John's going to talk today, so go.
Yeah,
man.
we're overlooking the Minneapolis Skyway, which is quite shiny and attractive today. But today we're going to talk about a long-term Harvard study predicts that the number one factor for longevity is strong social connections. Strong social connections are key. The study found that the quality of close relationships is the most important predictor of both long and happy lives in today's digital world and before. But now, more than ever, we need to nurture those connections. If you've drifted from your family, you can create a second family with close friends and actively participate in social groups or volunteer opportunities. Yeah. I'm sorry for this delay, but
Well, I could interject based on our earlier chat
yeah,
about this.
why don't you do that?
We were talking today at breakfast about the fact that for most of his career, John worked relatively independently or as an individual, not as part of a team necessarily. And then in my work, I was working with people constantly. And so our need for social contact now and social interaction is sort of at different levels. And I think that, I was asking him earlier on this idea of, social connection. It's dependent on a person's life experience, I guess. And I could have very few friends and maybe not belong to any groups and have a sort of complete, it's filling me the way I need to be filled to be happy.
Well, okay,
Right?
yeah. And I think I kind of misidentified myself early in life as an introvert who didn't like to be around people, and found out as my life went on that the more I was around people, the happier I was. And so if I were starting out over again today, maybe I'd be a salesman, which was the furthest thing from my mind ever when I was young. No?
No.
Okay, I wouldn't be a
How
salesman.
about a teacher? No, not a teacher.
No, I don't want to be a teacher.
A social worker.
No.
Minister?
Oh, no.
Oh.
You have to be a very free church for that to work out.
I know a few good
Yeah.
ones.
Okay. Well, let's. Okay. So let's look at living alone. Let's say after your spouse dies, or your spouse doesn't die. Do you singularly, or the two of you, want to continue living in your house? Some people just really resist leaving their house and living in any kind of communal living. That's the last thing on earth they want. And then other people find it kind of lonesome, even if there's the two of them just living at home. And they kind of yearn for a connection. And so, so I did both. After my wife died, I lived at home alone for a while, not long, 6 to 8 months. And I had planned to live that way until I couldn't handle it anymore. But I found that it was really pretty lonely. And my wife happened to be in a memory care in a different area in Minneapolis, so it was a little bit of a drive to go over there every day and see her. So with the help of my daughter, I found a 65 and over building right across the street from where my wife was. And this was a new experience for me. to live communally, and I wasn't sure how I would like it.
Well, and it isn't communal in the sense that we share meals and
No.
stuff. It's the 62 and older independent living. So
Yeah.
everybody has their own apartment. They have their cars. There are no nurses here.
No,
Doctors don't come.
no, it's totally independent. You
Yeah.
have to be.
But there is definitely a community. I
Yeah.
think because it's a relatively small apartment building.
Yeah, there's about 69 units here, and there happens to be a cafeteria in this building, which is very unusual, or rather unusual for this 62 and over buildings. And that is kind of a meeting place too, and you can go down there and communicate and socialize if you want to. If you don't want to, you can stay up in your room and have a bowl of oatmeal. But the options are there, and I found for me, and there's a lot of things to join here, so I've joined. And I think I've talked about this before, but I do a lot of things here, whereas before this life I didn't. I play cards, play pool, show movies, go to exercise class, and I like that all. I found that I really like the people here, and for my personality, my hidden personality, I am much more talkative with other people than I ever was before in my life, and I like that. And I know that it's not for everybody, but it's so far. It's been almost 4 years, and it's worked out pretty well for me. So.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be in a building too with other people that know what we're going through. It was really supportive for me when my husband died, and it wasn't intrusive. People were just very kind, and when your dog dies, whatever happens, there's always somebody that'll listen to you or talk with you. I don't belong to any of the groups, though, but I had, before we moved here, been volunteering at the Unitarian Church, and then also at one of the local hospitals, and I liked it a lot. But I have no interest in doing that again right now, and I think I was doing it. I liked doing it, and I met people, but it was to get me out of the house because I was caregiving, and it was sort of very intense a lot of the time. So it got me out of the house, and now that is gone, and I can actually just do other things, more creative pursuits that tend to be more individual. Which is what, after my career and family life, that I'm looking for. So a building like this, you can do as much or as little as you want, but there's always somebody to catch you if you're tripping. And falling over, not having too many gummies. But so anyway, yeah, that's.
There probably are gummies around here.
Oh, I think many gummy people.
Yeah, taken for different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes pain, but oftentimes happiness,
Yeah.
like we're talking about.
Relaxation.
Maybe a gummy doesn't. Maybe the Harvard study should add gummies to their.
Well, the study you told me is still going on.
Yeah, it is. The Harvard study of health in general, and longevity, and happiness in particular, has been going on for over 80 years, and it's a large cross-section of people. I don't know how much of a cross-section it is actually, though. It might be more. I'm not sure about that. And now they're doing some of their offspring, and that's the conclusion they've come to is, as mentioned earlier, the long-running study on happiness has found that good relationships are the most significant
Factor.
predictor of both a happy and a long life. So, and that that can so many of those words can be debated, and there's different areas in your brain where you get different types of fulfillment and happiness, and it's really pretty scientific, and it's way beyond my
They
comprehension.
can
But
tell you when you're happy. Based
yeah,
with
and whether it's
electrodes.
just short-term happiness or long-term happiness, it's fascinating, but way too deep for me. But I'm glad there's some people that that understand it and can make predictions based on it. But I've got a couple quotations here. I don't think Pam likes these quotations
No,
very much.
I just don't see what they have to do with happiness.
Well, it's just things to think about. Well,
Put them out there, John.
well, okay. I just like these. I don't know why. Okay, one of them, these are short. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And that's attributed originally to an ancient Roman poet. But I've always liked that, and I think it's true, especially if you like someone or like a lot of people and you're not around them for a while, you start thinking about them and you grow fonder of them. And then the exact opposite of that is familiarity breeds contempt. And that's attributed to an ancient Greek poet, Aesop, I think. I think it was Aesop's Fables. So there's some conflicting words of wisdom from the old Greeks and old Romans. And you might want to think about that a little bit. And I suppose it could be applied to different individuals that you're away from or close to, and some, okay, I've said enough.
Well, that makes me think of, you read a lot now, or I see it talked about a lot, about identifying people that drag you down and eliminating them from your lives. So it's sort of an extreme bit of familiarity breeds contempt. But then it can be healthy to get yourself out of situations or away from people that are going to, you're going to clash with, or they're going to make you feel bad about yourself or the world or them. Just another sort of
I guess it's
relationships.
Simple. I mean, there's some people that you want to be around, and if they're not around, you miss them and think about them. Then there's other, not too many, but there's other people that you just maybe thought were interesting at first, but then you get really tired of listening to them say the same thing over and over. I'm not looking at you. No, I would never.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I know.
And you don't want to see them again, except in a long time. So I don't know. I guess to wrap it up, we're just going to say again that good relationships are more important than anything as a predictor of a happy and long life. But don't smoke. Smoking is the number one way to shorten your life.
Yeah, and I also heard from him that in his research that if you have a good grip, it means you could live longer. And there was a low heart rate. So
yeah, Pammy's got a low heart rate.
But I got a low heart rate and no grip.
I've got a good grip.
Oh, together.
A medium heart rate.
We got it made then.
So yeah, I think we're in good shape, and I would miss you. I mean, my heart would grow fonder if you were away.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah. And I don't get I don't get too
sappy.
Well, I mean, familiarity with you does not breed contempt with me.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Sometimes,
yeah.
I don't know quite how to put it, but you know what I mean.
Well, I can think of a few things. So yeah,
and I know you feel the same way about
me.
Okay, well, I'm I don't know if I've ever mentioned I was a yoga student of yoga for almost 40 years. Never a teacher, always a student, and up until I was around 72 years old. And then I broke my back doing a pose I shouldn't have been doing, and that was the end of my yoga career. But it was a long and beneficial career, and I met a lot of nice people. At the end there, I was 70, and my classmates were mostly women in the ages of 30 to 45, which, I kind of liked in some ways, but they were a lot more flexible than I was.
I'm sure they were.
Anyway, that's probably why I broke my back. I broke vertebrae in my back, and that's very painful. But one of my favorite parts of yoga was chanting, and they can still chant a little bit. So instead of a song or a poem, I'll leave you with a few chants here. They're just Om chants. Om. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, whatever. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.